versions of the copies of the real medieval tiles. Wow. So this is the process, this is how they're made. So I cut some clay. I can make one with you before I go if you like, if you've got time.
Yeah.
So what I do is
what did they used to do with the tiles?
They lay them on the floors of churches and abbeys and cathedrals. I don't know where you're from. Whereabouts have you come from today?
Redcar.
Redcar, which is in Yorkshire.
Yes.
Yes? Right. So Yorkshire, you've got lots of abbeys. Are you from Yorkshire or are you from somewhere else?
Yeah, we've got
You're from Yorkshire,
what
right?
Saxon Princess of ours, isn't it?
That's it. Well, you've got in Yorkshire, you've got 4 of the biggest abbeys in the country. Yeah.
Revo Abbey.
Revo Abbey, yeah. You've got Revo, you've got Byland,
Fountains Abbey.
You've got Fountains, that's it. You're the first person who's actually heard of them, apart from me. And I make regular trips there to see the tiles. Because, yeah, because you've got, I'll show you what you've got. You've got these there.
Yeah.
So if you go to Fountains, you'll see that still in the ground.
Wow,
That original of that is
that's
still
cool.
in the ground at Fountains, yeah. And these two go together, and you've also got at Byland.
Yes,
You've got
yes.
these. You've got these beautiful mosaics which
Yeah.
you can fit together.
I have
So
seen them.
that's why you're making your mini tiles. That's why your mini tiles are all
Get her
made
out
with
if you
these
want.
shapes. It is. It's like a puzzle. They fit together. And do you know, it was such a difficult puzzle at Byland. They've got a beautiful big circle made up of all these little tiny pieces. And they date back to before Magna Carta. So Magna Carta was signed in 1215, and the tiles in Byland Abbey, the beginning bit, when you build a big abbey or a big church, it can take 100 years to build.
Yeah.
So what you do, the first thing you build, the most important part of the church, what do you think the most important part of the church is? Probably where they make the tea and coffee. Well then, what's the most important part of the church? Well, the first thing you do when you want to make a church, I'll tell you what they used to do. Before they had buildings, have you heard of the Venerable Bede at Jarrow in Newcastle? Yeah, the Venerable Bede, right? The Venerable Bede, he was making people aware of Christianity before they built the churches. So what he had was, he would take with him a portable altar. So the altar is the piece in the church, it's usually a big table at the front of the church, right at the top end, and that's where all the mystery of the Christian church happens, is at the altar. And the people who know about it and know all the secrets, very often in the medieval period, the rest of the people in the church, they wouldn't be able to see what was happening because it was all a big secret. But the Venerable Bede, when he first started, he took a piece of wood like this, and on that piece of wood, and there is one of these, an original one of these from about 600 in Jarrow, in a museum that's dedicated to the Venerable Bede, where Bede's church was first built. And there is an original one dating from 600, and it's a little piece of wood about this big, and on that piece of wood are scratched 5 little crosses. Alright, and I'm telling you this because what is today? What day is it today?
Good Friday.
Good Friday.
Good Friday. And why do we call it Good Friday? What happened on Good Friday? That could be it, but that's not it. It's a bit of an odd thing to say it's good. It's the day that we remember that Jesus Christ died on the cross. Okay, so the whole of the Christian church is based around that. If Jesus Christ didn't die on the cross, there wouldn't be a Christian church. So it's a bit odd to say it's a good day because somebody died, somebody that everybody loves died, but it's one of those things, you can't have one without the other. So you cannot have, in 3 days' time, Easter eggs on Easter Sunday. You can't have Easter Sunday if you don't have Friday first. So that's why it's called Good Friday. So those 5 little crosses, I've got them on a tile.